Hey guys, Nevada Cario here. This is pretty much of another privacy video. As you can see, I have airplane mode on just because. I mean, I'm just, this is kind of like a tip. I'm not saying it's completely magical, but I was going to include, what you can install on your smartphone, mostly Android. I can't speak for iOS owners, Android. Apple. Excuse me, not Android, but Apple. So this is not for you. Sorry, but if you like, you can learn. So, anyways, this is kind of like an update. So this is what I'm using: AZ screen recorder. So I'm using my headset mic just because it sounds more awesome. So I would suggest, what to download. I heavily suggest using YouTube Vance. It pretty much works. It's a YouTube clone that works pretty much as a YouTube Premium subscription, and you would have to use Vance Micro G if you don't want to. And I would heavily suggest just turning off Google Play and just not registering your Google account in this system if you're on Android. That's as much as you possibly can do. I would suggest, for free VPNs, I would suggest Proton VPN. Now, you can't really rely on VPN, unfortunately. VPNs could very likely be compromised. Most likely, I would suggest Bitmask, Rise VPN, Calyx VPN. Those are the VPNs I would recommend. I've got Bitmask. I want to see if I can show. I don't have it on right now, but this is pretty much one of the free VPNs you can trust. You can't really trust free VPNs, unfortunately. I want to see if I can switch on. Nope, I don't have it on, luckily. So yeah, one of the VPNs, Proton VPN. If you really want to get more private with this, I would recommend Proton VPN. Unfortunately, you do require to use an email address, so I would suggest just using your personal email address. And just if you're gonna be paying for it, I would recommend just using Bitcoin. That's, not from an account holding where they require you with ID. So I would just recommend using a virtual burner card if you want to pay for it, if you want a little more anonymity, because unfortunately your bank knows. But then again, I don't think the bank would care too much what you do with this VPN. So anyways, this is Proton VPN, but I would also suggest using Tor or I2P. Mostly Tor, that you just press on start. I'm not going to show it, and then it's just going to do a spin animation to show you that you use Tor. Now, I heavily recommend turning on VPN mode, and if your connection doesn't go through well, I would recommend just putting use bridges and just connect through community servers. Although even it says connect directly to Tor is the best. I've checked it out and it just lags a whole lot more. It is a little laggier, but it's not terrible. You're still gonna live. It's better to safe than sorry. So just Orbot. And I would absolutely, this is my favorite. This is my absolute favorite. Just yesterday, I would recommend using DuckDuckGo over Google, or Start Me, whatever you hit that spell, or SirX, or SirX, however you spell it. Probably much more private than DuckDuckGo. And I would recommend downloading F-Droid for privacy. You can put the settings on, find it where it says connect to Orbot, like right here. See if I can put it on this side. Yep, looks like I could. So I would just click settings and just put it on. If you're going to be using, you could use F-Dot. Unfortunately, you're not going to get every app. If you're at that situation where you can't get every app, force download traffic to Tor for increased privacy, requires Orbot. You don't really have to use Orbot, but you can absolutely use, which is the final part of my recommendations. I would recommend, if you're not using I would recommend putting DNS point Google. Let me see if I can do a search about my settings. So there you go. If you go here on private DNS, you just click private DNS provider hostname. Just put DNS point Google. It's not gonna, don't worry, it's not gonna connect to Google. So just put it there. I don't have it on because this is the final thing I will be showing you. Invisible Pro. This is the privacy VPN Tor /Orbot /I2P. I2P, if you guys don't know, I2P is similar to Tor. Like going to Tor specific sites, but with I2P sites. You can access Tor sites and I2P sites. So I would just recommend just putting hide IP with Tor, access to I2P sites with purple I2P, and use protect DNS with DNS crypt. But you have to turn off the DNS, private DNS. So you can't just assume your IEP is going to protect you. For me, I would just use firewall, and I would just click everything. Everything. I would press every single thing. All sort by name. Hey, that's so weird why it's doing that. It got everything here. Every single thing. Press the check mark here. It's going to press everything. Now you can choose to turn it off like this, but you could do that as well. Now I think the firewall thing, now I don't know what this feature is. I'm going to have to check it out later, but I assume what it is that it should prevent apps from spying on your phone. Now I don't know how accurate that's going to be, but that's saying, this guide wasn't to say that this is completely magical. It's going to disappear everything you have. I don't think that's what it may do. Now, it will most likely. Now, I would suggest using this. I just found out yesterday because you can connect Tor and DNS. DNS is pretty much what your computer or phone uses to connect as well, DNS. And I2P, just press all three of them. And if you're kind of getting problems with them, I would suggest just uninstalling and reinstalling if you're getting problems with connections, or just click the reset here. That's on the top there with the arrow spinning circle, So I would suggest doing that. And maybe I would most likely, forget about this. I guess if you have kids, but it wouldn't matter. I don't care. And I would suggest using VPN. I would rather just use VPN mode than proxy mode. I don't know. You could try it out, but I would rather just be safe and sorry through VPN. So anyways, that was pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, hit a like and subscribe. I hope you guys have a good day. Arigatou gozaimasu. I hope you guys never stop fighting for freedom. Peace.